This isn't just noise or random talk, this is where trust is built, rhythm is found, and pressure turns into control as the voices come together saying let's do it, let's go. Tonight we work together, slow and smart, protecting each other while setting the tone early, reminding everyone to stay loud on the snap, stay connected, stay locked in, because every small detail matters when the ball is in play and the energy starts rising. Applause mixing with focus as leaders speak calm and clear, telling the group they've already felt the opponent's best and it didn't break them, that speed doesn't always win but thinking does, that momentum starts with the first down and grows with belief, confidence building as mistakes get brushed off because this moment was practiced for, helmets adjusted, cadence checked, rhythms slowly clicking into place, veterans sharing wisdom, young players listening, competition staying respectful but intense, everyone pushing without fear, joking through pressure while still demanding excellence, knowing when to take the deep shot and when to stay patient, understanding that football is chess played at full speed, and as the music swells and the claps return, it becomes clear this isn't just preparation, it's brotherhood, it's culture, it's the unseen work behind game day, and if you feel this energy, if you respect the grind and the real moments behind the game, make sure you like this video, subscribe to the channel and comment. Locked in because this isn't about highlights, this is about building moments, and this story is only getting started. The tempo keeps climbing as the voices get sharper and the movements cleaner, confidence replacing hesitation while the offense starts to move with purpose, each snap sounding louder, each step more decisive, players reminding each other to stay calm, stay patient, and trust the work as the first big connections begin to land, shoulders loosening, smiles flashing behind face masks, coaches reinforcing that this is exactly how it's supposed to feel when preparation meets opportunity, pressure showing up again but getting handled with communication instead of panic, mistakes corrected on the spot, rhythm tightening with every rep, the sideline buzzing as momentum quietly shifts, veterans pulling younger guys aside to explain angles, timing and leverage, competition staying intense but respectful, everyone understanding that this stretch is about sharpening instincts and building belief, not chasing flash, and as the energy peaks and the applause rolls back in, it's clear the group is no longer warming up but locking in, ready to carry this focus forward, and if you're watching this and feeling the grind, the teamwork and the hunger behind every snap, don't forget to like, subscribe and comment, next play, because this journey doesn't stop here and what's coming next is even bigger. As the reps continue stacking, the noise turns into purpose and the purpose turns into belief, every snap feeling cleaner, every voice more confident, the sideline no longer guessing but knowing that this is the moment where preparation finally shows itself, where all the quiet hours, all the early mornings, all the unnoticed work starts speaking louder than any crowd ever could, players reminding each other to breathe, to slow the game down, to see it clearly even when everything is moving fast, coaches reinforcing that execution beats emotion every time, that control wins before talent ever does, the offense beginning to move the ball with intent instead of hope, routes sharper, footwork cleaner, timing lining up just enough to feel dangerous, the defense responding with intensity of its own, forcing the offense to earn everything inch by inch, iron sharpening iron in real time, nobody backing down, nobody hiding, just competing the right way, communication tightening as adjustments get made on the fly, small corrections turning into big improvements, veterans stepping up when things wobble, pulling teammates in close, reminding them that adversity isn't a setback, it's a test, and tests are exactly what build trust, the energy staying high but focused, not wasted on celebration. Not drained by mistakes, just steady and locked in, players laughing off pressure while still demanding accountability, knowing when to push, when to reset, when to take a breath and when to attack, the ball starting to move faster because the mind is moving faster, reads becoming instinctive instead of forced, confidence growing not from words but from repetition, from proof, from seeing it work again and again, and as the sequence stretches on it becomes clear that this isn't just another segment of practice, this is the turning point where a group becomes a unit, where individuals disappear into something bigger, something harder to break, something built on shared effort and shared responsibility, everyone understanding that moments like this don't show up on stat sheets but they decide outcomes long before the scoreboard ever lights up, the sideline buzzing with belief that's earned, not borrowed, belief that comes from knowing exactly who you are and how you respond when things get hard, and as the final reps of this stretch come together with precision and edge, the message is clear without needing to be spoken. This team is no longer warming up, no longer searching, no longer hoping, they are ready, and if you're watching this feeling that intensity, that growth, that transformation happening in real time, make sure you stay with this channel, like the video, subscribe and comment, built not given, because what you're witnessing isn't luck, it's work and this story is far from finished. As everything finally settles and the last echoes of voices and footsteps fade into the background, what remains isn't just the memory of reps taken or plays executed, but the deeper understanding that this moment mattered, that what was built here will carry forward into every snap that truly counts, because confidence earned through struggle lasts longer than confidence borrowed from hype. And this group now knows how to respond when the game speeds up, when pressure tightens, when doubt tries to creep in, having learned to lean on communication, discipline, and trust instead of panic, understanding that football at its core is about connection, about doing your job while believing the man next to you will do his, about choosing effort over excuses and focus over fear. And as they walk away from this stretch not celebrating but satisfied, there's a quiet hunger that replaces noise, a hunger to prove it again when it matters most, knowing the work doesn't end here but continues forward, rep by rep, game by game, season by season. And if you've watched this entire journey and felt the grind, the unity, and the unseen preparation that separates teams from contenders, now is the moment to lock in with us. Hit like, subscribe to the channel, and comment all in, because this isn't just a video, it's a mindset, it's a process, and it's a reminder that greatness is never given, it's built when no one is watching, and this story, this team, and this grind are only getting started. As the focus shifts from reflection back to forward motion, the mindset sharpens even more, because now the standard has been set and anything less than full commitment feels unacceptable, players carrying themselves differently, speaking with more purpose, moving with intent rather than hesitation, understanding that expectations have changed and so has responsibility, knowing that what they've built demands consistency, not just once but every single day. The conversations becoming shorter, but heavier, fewer words carrying more meaning, leaders emerging naturally rather than being assigned, accountability turning into habit, effort turning into identity, and pressure no longer feeling like a threat but a privilege, something earned by being trusted in big moments. The group learning to embrace discomfort because growth lives there, learning that confidence isn't loud but steady, that toughness isn't reckless but controlled, and that winning starts long before the lights come on. And if you're watching this and recognizing the shift, the discipline, the hunger to keep raising the bar, make sure you stay connected, like the video, subscribe, and comment next level, because this journey doesn't pause after progress, it accelerates, and what comes next will demand even more focus, more sacrifice, and more belief than ever before. As the work continues beyond reflection and closure, the atmosphere no longer feels like preparation but like responsibility settling in, because once a standard is set it can never be unseen, and everyone in the room feels the weight of what they now owe to each other, movements sharper not because someone is watching but because expectation has become internal, voices calmer yet more authoritative, understanding that leadership isn't volume but consistency, and that trust is built every time someone does their job without needing credit, the session stretching longer as focus deepens, fatigue no longer treated as an excuse but as a test of discipline, players learning to execute while tired because that is when habits reveal themselves, the ball moving cleaner through space as timing improves, communication becoming instinct rather than instruction, adjustments happening before problems fully form, and the group realizing that what once required effort now feels natural, a sign that growth is happening beneath the surface, veterans no longer needing to speak as much because their actions set the tone, younger players stepping up with confidence earned through repetition, mistakes addressed quickly without frustration, because emotion no longer controls the response, and that control is the difference between teams that flash and teams that last, the environment pushing everyone to elevate, not through fear but through expectation, knowing that if one person slips the standard pulls them back up, and if one person excels the bar rises for everyone, creating a cycle of accountability that feeds itself, the grind becoming something embraced rather than endured, because purpose has replaced uncertainty, and each rep now feels connected to something larger than the moment, something that will matter when the pressure is real and the margin is thin, and as the days stack and the work compounds, the group begins to understand that success isn't built in highlights, but in habits, not in speeches but in choices made when no one is forcing them. And if you're watching this journey unfold and recognizing the transformation from effort to identity, this is your reminder that progress doesn't stop when confidence arrives, it demands even more, and this channel exists to show you what that looks like when commitment becomes culture. As the process deepens, the separation between those who simply participate and those who truly commit becomes clearer, not through words but through habits, through who shows up early and who stays locked in when fatigue sets in, the room growing quieter yet more intense as focus sharpens, every rep treated like a statement rather than a routine, players beginning to understand that consistency is louder than talent and discipline outlasts motivation, the coaching voices shifting from instruction to confirmation, no longer explaining what to do but reinforcing what is already understood, trust flowing both directions as athletes feel empowered to make adjustments on the field, reading situations faster, communicating solutions without hesitation, the game slowing down in their minds even as the physical demands increase, pressure becoming familiar instead of overwhelming, mistakes becoming information instead of frustration, the group learning to correct without blame and push without breaking, building a culture where accountability is shared rather than enforced, where standards protect the team rather than restrict it. And as this mindset settles in, the energy changes again, becoming steadier, heavier, harder to shake, because belief is no longer fragile, it's earned. And if you're following this journey and seeing how real growth happens away from cameras and scoreboards, stay connected with this channel, like the video, subscribe and comment consistency, because this story isn't about one moment, it's about what happens when commitment becomes automatic and excellence becomes the expectation.